Subtle and perhaps not so subtle. Racial appeals may drive the U.S. Senate runoffs, with white voters more likely to vote Republican and black voters more likely to vote Democrat. Such appeals can be tricky. They can also backfire. 11 Alive's Doug Richards has more.
Warnock said it proudly, out loud.
Fox News tried to deliver it in November as a gotcha moment against Democrat Raphael Warnock.
America needs to repent for its worship of whiteness.
Warnock was preaching about America's history of white supremacy.
There's not a racist bone in my body.
Yet Republican Kelly Loeffler also used the line to attack the African-American pastor in Sunday's debate.
Coming from someone who has divided people continually, he's called on Americans to repent for their worship of whiteness.
She doubled down on it in a tweet a few hours later. Whiteness will drive Loeffler to victory January 5th if Republicans can turn out their voters better than Democrats can. An 11 Alive News poll earlier this month showed Warnock leading, but it showed 67% of white Georgia voters are supporting Loeffler, while 90% of black voters are backing Warnock. Loeffler has spent the first month of the election trying to drive up turnout of the mostly white voters who back President Trump. In a special election where turnout is likely to drop, Warnock has conversely pleaded with black voters to vote one more time.
It's played out in every media, social media, black radio, black press. That's the message. The black vote matters more now perhaps than ever. And it is really underscored about how this is a racial thing.
Political analyst Maynard Eaton says racial messaging can backfire, but he says it also works.
It's dirty, it's nasty, but it's also what's going to determine this race one way or the other.
Although this Senate race features a black candidate against a white candidate, our poll shows a similar racial divide in the other U.S. Senate runoff between Democrat Jon Ossoff and Republican David Perdue. Another race whose outcome will depend on who can turn out whose voters best as early voting starts next week.
And a reminder, you still have until midnight tonight to register to vote in January's runoff, even if you did not vote in November.